Hi, how you doing? Welcome to another newspaper review. Welcome to another beautiful week. Welcome to this broadcast. How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful week, I dare to say. I wish you good success. Yes, I do. I wish you good success. I wish you good success. I wish you, good health, good news. Yes, yes. I wish you all of this and more. Thank you and welcome to another section. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. If you are yet to like this broadcast, please take our time to like, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Osagovo, how you doing? Beautiful morning to you too. I hope it's a good day going for you. Thank you for being on here. Thank you to our dearest mommy diaspora. How you doing, beautiful mama? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you for being here. Yes, you. Thank you for being on this broadcast. How are you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a good time to talk about what's happening in our society, in our country. Let's see what our lawmakers are up to. Let's see what our governors are doing. And of course, let's expect to hear nothing from the president, right? Yeah. Of course, now let's expect to get nothing. I mean, that man never says he doesn't wake up on a fine day and say, "Hey, let me say what's up to my people." Even though we would love to hear more often from him. Hey, Boo Boo, you don't speak to us, but you're giving a shout out to you. How you doing? We hope you're hanging in there and you're getting ready, to leave our sorrow. All right, thank you to each and every one of you joining us on this broadcast. The link has been posted. If you would like to join the broadcast, if you'd like for us to dissect the papers together, quickly click on the link to my amazing panelists, to my ever to my gentlemen. How are you doing? It's a new week, and I look forward to having you and spending this week with each and every one of you. So, do also click on the link and be right here with me, Mr. Van Maxwell. How you doing? I'm giving a special shout out to you, and I'm wishing you a good week. I've not seen you in a couple of days. I hope everything is going just fine. All right, Mr. Van Maxwell, sending so much sunshine to you. Yes, to each and every one of you, sending so much sunshine to you also. So while I was getting ready, searching for news, I stumbled on something, and honestly, when I saw it, I was like, "What? This is the damnest thing I've ever heard any leader, ever have to say." Okay, and I think that should be where we should be starting our news from. So we have this news. All right, and that's from the presidency saying, if you think migrating legally is good for you, by all means, Jackpa. What? Can you imagine? Okay, so additional was speaking for the presidency, of course. Goes on to say that that if you can find your way legally to go, that by all means that you should do. You should go to anywhere you want to go to. It is not a problem. That the fact that people want to migrate, or people want to have a better life, and it's something that is very prevalent, or that is most prevalent in third world countries. They always want to migrate. They always want to go to the big cities out there, and that it is nothing unusual. That it doesn't mean that there is a problem in the country. It doesn't mean that all is not well in the country. That when we see people, everybody saying they want to jackpot, it doesn't necessarily mean that all is not well back home. This is really what these people think. That all this jackpot that people are doing, it is excursion that they are going for, or it doesn't mean that all is. Did you really just hear that? Okay, let's take reactions. This is by. Okay, there's no name here, but this person says the average Nigerian actually likes to stay in Nigeria, where things should be easier and they should be more comfortable. The economic and security climate is forcing them to do otherwise. And this is from Priscilla Oluchi. She says the goal is to jackpot and pray for Nigeria from abroad. Chocolate Secret says, can you help us get visa then? Then they reject us. Right? If the federal government are encouraging us to jackpot, then can they, support that claim by ensuring that 90% of the people that apply for this visa gets it. This is from Chetas Foods and Events says, and that Nigeria is seeming to be Okay, I don't know why. I totally support going and coming back, but not permanently relocating a beg. I don't know why, but I know say good life and money dey this Nigeria. It's just to know your onions and cut it well. Coming from person wey still dey see shege currently. All right. Okay, let's take another submission from let's take another submission. And this is from Sir LT. Sir LT says, but you cannot now say that because people are leaving, then it is a sign that something is fundamentally wrong. Oga, something is fundamentally wrong. The country isn't working. This administration has failed Nigerians. Okay, so in additional words, he said, but you cannot now say that because people are leaving the country, then it is a sign that something is fundamentally wrong in the country. And LT is saying, okay, something is fundamentally wrong. The country is not working. That's why people are leaving. This administration has failed Nigerians. All right, we have here from I am Sheila says, excuse me, sir. Categorically you don't feel me. Let's take this again. Says, excuse me, sir. I can categorically tell you that something is fundamentally wrong with Nigeria, sir. Stop capping. I don't understand how with everything going on, somebody will come out and say the reasons why Nigerians are, jackpine is not because something is fundamentally wrong. Or that something is fundamentally, foundationally, everything wrong right now, and people are selling everything to go away. And you say nothing is wrong? Wow. And this is from I am Tosin Idowu says, why are people in other developed countries not running away? They travel for vacation and return home. They don't have a need to run. They have security, good education, good health system, and social benefits that works. They have their own challenges and they try to fix it and not shift blames like the government in Nigeria is doing. All right, if you're just joining us, welcome to this broadcast. Welcome to our newspaper review. Oh, my name is Ima, and it's good to have you on this podcast. Just now, we're talking about a message from the presidency to Nigerians. If you think migrating legally is good for you, well, our president has told us that by all means we should japa. Okay, all right, and Nigerians are saying, give us, they are rejecting, they are turning us down, they're not giving us visa. See to it that they give us visa. If you really mean us well and you really mean it that we should go if we want to go. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. How can I be coming from the presidency? We'll move on to another paper. Mr. Irabo. Mr. Irabo, welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Good morning to you too, sir. Thank you for being on here. Please take out time to like this broadcast if you are yet to. And do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Please, thank you very much. See ya. Okay, our next paper will be the Tribune. On Tribune, we have NDLEA recovers 4 kg cocaine soaked in towels from Brazil returnee. Replace Tinubu to avoid further embarrassment. Atiku's camp tells APC. Federal government set to resume Abuja Kaduna train service come December. Says national ID card, phone number, conditions to buy tickets. Osho Agog as Adeleke takes oath of office, G5 governors absent. Inec office in Ebonyi burnt. Removal of Ekiti speaker violates all legislative rules, Southwest lawmakers. Man found with 101 voter cards in Sokoto bags 1 year jail term. Lamentation as far as petrol scarcity bites harder. Marketers unable to get supply from private depot, and that's from Ipman. All right. The petrol scarcity in Nigeria, there's nothing new. It's still the same story. Federal government does not have dollar, to buy product, and to think that a huge percent of the loan is being used to offset subsidy, and now they are calling, just end the subsidy. We are in debt, and there is still no fuel. It is still coming to this at the end of the day. It's a terrible thing that we cannot sort power issue out still. And we still have to deal with this with our petrol, our fuel. There's still the on and off. Every year we have to battle with this. It's amazing. And there is government. 8 years, this one comes and is coming with his own. There's no continuity. This one is coming with his own, another person is coming, but they all promise to do. I mean, these are basic things that should be here already. There's no power. No, every kind of source of power is strongly being controlled. It's like they're just giving us daily bread in pinches, messing up our mindset, refusing to let structure stand. Because what kind of life will somebody be living? How many times in a year you're going to queue at fuel stations? How then will you be so productive? You can't even plan yourself. All right, let's move on to another story on here. So, a man in Sokoto that was found with 101 voter cards was has been sentenced to a year jail term. Now, this is not, I was reading, I had to check other papers to see if any paper will report it as fake PVCs, but no paper reported it as fake PVCs. So how did he get original PVCs? Is it not from Inec office? So why did Inec give one person, or did he rob? Okay, did he rob Inec office to get it? How are they getting these PVCs? There's another person in Kaduna who is still, I don't know why that case has not, that case is not done yet. It was found with 365. 365. One was found with 100 in Sokoto. Another one in Kano State was found with 367 PVCs. Now, another one, you see, you just keep having these people with hundreds and hundreds of PVCs. How are they getting them? And they are not fake PVCs. Okay. Uh, so you will try these people, then you are sentencing this person to 1 year jail time. Is that it? Is that the end of it? How about probing further to know how hundreds, this is 367 PVCs. How is it getting into the hands of these people, and to know what they are doing with it? Are they selling it going further? Nobody says anything. These people has been caught, and that's it. How do we, why we shouldn't have to wait till the crime gets to the end users or to the last stage before we get to deal with it? We should begin to curb these things from the root, or as soon as we can nip it. All right, let's see what other story we are here to take on. Oh yeah, so INEC office in Ebonyi State. This is the third time in 3 weeks. The third time in 3 weeks, my people, that this INEC office in Ebonyi State to be raised by fire. So we are all just going to sit back and INEC, we are all just going to keep hearing, oh, this fire incidents here, that fire incidents there. That's it. All right, let's. Well, that's as much as we have on the airborne. But the police, of course, I mean, of course, they're promising to be up and doing to go about it. To bring to book these perpetrators, to punish them and all that. Then what else? Well, in this particular fire incident, undisclosed number of PVCs were burnt. Of course, undisclosed number of PVCs were burnt, and then you have some other things that that went down in the fire, like 340 ballot boxes, 130 voting cubicles, 14 electric power generators, large water storage tanks, assorted office furniture and fixtures, and yet to be determined quantities of permanent voters cards. All right, it goes on to say, sadly, this is the third attack on our local government office in less than 3 weeks, following similar attacks on our offices in Ogun State, Osun State, in November 10th of November 2022. Okay, that's the reports from INEC. I don't know. So INEC, Hey, so this is how we'll keep going, and yeah, we'll get to it. But how long will it take for them to reprint this PVCs? The one from Osun State and Ogun State, have we gotten word? Is it certain that these PVCs will be reprinted? People will still get, and it is still happening in more states. So the more this happens closer to the election period, there are chances that people who ideally should have had their PVCs will not get it because of this. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. So yeah, we also have that NDLA recovers 4 kg cocaine soaked in towels from Brazil returning. You'll be amazed at this story. So this person was caught, and this is a wanted kingpin, and another person is a Saudi-bound trafficker that had cocaine in her sandals. These are two stories. These stories are intertwined. One the one one had to stuff cocaine in her. One had to stuff cocaine. One had to stuff cocaine in her sandals. The other one, who is crippled, had to, the kneecap thingy that they wear, or the aided leg. I don't know how it is rightly called. So please, no offensive. No offensive, I'm not saying it rightly. That happened, and he had to hide that in his kneecap. I don't know why I call it kneecap, but it's crippled. The attachments they wear from their knee joints here. You have to hide that one there, and the other one. Well, it just goes on to say NDLA, they are doing a good job nipping these people. This wanted kingpin, he recruits people from here, all sorts of people, disabled people. I mean, these are people that are giving some kind of according some form of treatment. So they've always had their way, but this time around they ran out of luck as they were caught. Another one who was a teacher was also recruited into it. He said that was the first time, but he was given pallets of cocaine to swallow. But he says that he couldn't do it. Then he was given the one concealed in his farm sounders. Well, but he was still caught. Of course, he was still caught. All right, so that happened sadly. Well, I say sadly, but this one was saying that he had to go into this business to be able to raise money to pay examination fee for his daughter, who is in secondary school. Well, I'm not. Of course, I do not have what it takes to judge anybody, but I believe there are 1,001 things that you can do for money, without having to resort to illegal dealings. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome to our newspaper review. Please do well to like this broadcast as we go. Thank you very much, my amazing panelists. I am saying hello to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us. Do want to click on the link, join me on the conversation. Join me to have a conversation. Do want to like the broadcast before you click on the link. All right, thank you very much. We'll move on. Oh yes, good morning to you, Bolua Galaditi. How you doing? Yes, happy Monday, happy new week. Welcome to a new week. We'll move on to another paper. All right, we'll move on to another paper, and the paper would be the Sun. Yeah, on the Sun here we have. Please, just a minute. The Sun here we have, for scarcity persists as filling stations ration products. CGN swears in 62 lawyers today as SAN. Power show at NAS. Two clerks emerge as outgoing. One refuses to vacate office. IGP orders CPs to strategize, protect Inec offices and others. Heaps of decayed naira found in refuse dump. Currency outside banks rose from 108.67 billion naira to 2.84 trillion in October. On 2023, replaced Tinubu as presidential candidate. Atiku tells APC. Again, women to occupy NAS to force lawmakers to represent rejected gender bills. Don't wait till 40, 50 before taking up leadership. Onoyeko Ona. Okay, if you're more interested in that story, please on page 26 you get all of that. Abuja Kaduna train service to resume in 7 days. Oil drilling, mistakes of Niger Delta won't repeat in North. says Gombe governor. And here we have Governor Adeleke assumes office, pledges to correct injustice in Oshun. Okay, so when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was to go and look at what Governor Adeleke. It sounds really nice. The name suits him just well. What Governor Adeleke has done, well, he said that the first thing he's doing will just be to fire those 30 permanent secretary that has that were appointed 3 days to the end of Oyetola's his tenure, and yeah. Okay, we'll be following up on that story, but I think he has done that already. But I think the people of Osun State are really, really happy. And some of the things he said he's going to do, they are really, really, they're pungent things. And let's all watch the beautiful state of Osun blossom before our eyes with their incoming governor. Or with their governor, yeah, not incoming already. It's not the governor, officially the governor of Imo State, of Osun State. All right, and yes, the North, the governor of Gombe, the Northerners, they are still saying that the mistakes that happened in Niger Delta, or that is prevailing Niger Delta, should not happen in the North. I don't know who they are talking to. Now, it's almost sounding like they are warning somebody that you see that nonsense you people are doing in Niger Delta, we will not be accepting it over here in the North. And we just want to say, Governor, Your Excellency, we have heard you. It's okay. It's okay. Drop your mic. Whoever you are talking to, the people you are talking to, they've heard you loud and clear, sir. They've heard you loud and clear. All right, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Vine Maxwell, it's good to have you. All right, Wilfred, how you doing? Good day to you too. Thank you for being on this broadcast. What other story do we have? Yes. So I don't know why the names are not just sitting right with me today. But we have here Nweke Jr. and Onayeko Ona. Okay, and others have charged the youth. Say, don't wait till you are 40, till you're in your 40s, 50s. Get into politics. Yes, get into politics. Get into politics. Get into politics. Yes, because all of these talks and everything that we are doing at the end of the day, if we are the ones with the ideas, giving the people in there that do not have the ideas, what are they doing there? So people get into politics, but you can't get into politics all the way far away from home. You have to be ready to come home and do the work. I think we should begin to think in that light. Yes, even to each and every one of you out there listening to me, let's begin to think in that light. Let's begin to take offices. But since you still have a good heart, hopefully by the time you assume power, your good heart and everything will still be very, 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 very intact. But that's a very good advice there. Let's begin to get into offices. Let's take positions. Let's own these things. Let's do them. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me on this broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Chima Obi. How are you doing? Thank you. Welcome to the broadcast. I'll come back to you in a minute. Let's take one more paper before I come to you, and that will be the Punch. We have another paper to take before we are done with this. But let's see what the Punch has for us to say. All right, here we have NNPC petrol price without subsidy is 400 naira per liter, and that's by marketers. And POS fraud, just by the nameplate, says how slack guidelines, banks, apathy cost Nigerians huge losses. Oil firms struggling with subsidies, government cannot be Father Christmas. Ipman, NNPC, NMDPRA keep mum. Over 30,000 filling stations face shortage. Adeleke reverses Oyetola's appointment, says action malicious. All right. Election results nationwide. E-transmission possible, says telcos. Good news. Saudi-bound trafficker conceals cocaine in sandals. Here we have yearly two. The SCDC warns of possible COVID-19 infection rise. All right. If you're coming into the country, do well to quarantine yourself. And please do well to go. I mean, do well to go to places wisely. Do the needful. We have the brain drain here has left us with one doctor to 6,400 doctors. So please do well to take care of yourself. We've taken the story on the Saudi-born trafficker. Yes. So APC has been saying that their fear. It's not like they do not. No, PDP. IU has been saying it's not like they do not trust fair and fair election, but we already know the network situation in this country, that there might be no network on that day. It might not be smooth and all that silly, but telcos have come out to say that Telcos have come out to say that it is possible, and they work hand in hand. Of course, it is possible. Why is it not possible? Of course, it is possible, and it is good news to see that every excuse or excuses that is being dished from these quarters, that solutions are being offered. The other time, Inec said that hacking is they are susceptible to hacking, or yeah, the system is hackable, something like that. And people, were bringing submissions, were bringing suggestions on how best to equip or tighten or strengthen the firewall and all of that. And that was nice to see. So keep bringing it. Yeah, we'll keep giving you people 1,001 ways on why this thing should be better. All right. Okay, what other story? Just please excuse me. Do also remember the stories we've taken so far. The first story we took here will be from the presidency. Now, this is a will be from the presidency saying that if you think migrating is legal, sorry, if you think migrating legally is good for you, by all means, Japa Omo. This is old. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Really? We are really hearing this. Ha. Wow, wonderful. Okay, there'll be a follow-up to this story. Joining, this will be our last conversation. Let's clear our topic on here. So, Nigerians, are we ready without subsidy to be buying petrol for 400 naira per liter? See, honestly, at this point, I mean, they should just go ahead and take away the subsidy. And yes, they should just go on ahead and take away the subsidy. At least we get to see the product, because people are being ripped. The fuel attendant, pump attendants are ripping people. The managers are ripping people. The ones the thugs that are in charge of the access gate or the back gate of four stations are ripping people. So if you're going to buy 400 and you can just drive in and drive out of the fourth station, so be it. We should be able to leave and not, everything shouldn't be frustrating, everything should not be tiring. Okay, let's see what other story that we have here to take. We've taken all the stories we have on here so far. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Samuel Olaka. It's pleasant to have you on this broadcast. Mr. Vine says special morning to Mommy Diaspora, the cornerstone of Niger Watch. Oh, yes, and I also heard Niger Watch say to her, say the great mommy. Oh, that planted so much smiles on my face. Mommy Diaspora, big shout out to you, dearest Mama. Thank you. Thank you for always. All right, let's see what other comments. To those of you on the comment section, keep it raining. I'm looking forward to reading from each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Mr. Chima Obi, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Say hello to us, please.
Good morning, Miss Emma. Good morning. Hello.
Okay, I don't know why that is so, but I sure cannot hear you. So give me a minute. Please put your mic on mute. I will come back to you. I really hope that you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you very much. Okay, so we took this story earlier on of the president saying that, of presidency saying that if you want to, in a more brazen manner, if you want to jackpot, by all means jackpot. I don't give a two about you. I don't give a two about the country, because I see no reason why you should come out and say that people are leaving the country and are relocating does not mean that something is fundamentally or things are fundamentally wrong in the country. Bros, alaye, things are fundamentally, they're in every way wrong. And now you wake up to see also reactions on news like this that passport issuance rises by 38%. More Nigerians relocate. More Nigerians in this administration. We've seen people selling. You hear people who have better jobs. Oh yeah, by better jobs, I'm looking at the paycheck. Like you're earning in this figure monthly, you are better than this set of people, but you are willing to forfeit all of this to go start from whatever you'll be earning there would not even be as much as what you will have now. But people are willing to take that sacrifice. People are willing to go all the way, for that instead of staying back here. And then when you see and then you get to hear the president saying damning things like anybody that wants to what? it's easier to view these stories from abroad because it's not all that. I don't know how to say this, but I think it's easier to view the stories. Okay, over the weekend, news speculating or news out there on the internet says that this the people we took loan for, that they are going to take over presidential jets, the presidential aircraft, all 10 of them. Like, you're living in the country, you're not even sure, like all right, this is nowhere for this is of course, I'm not laughing. Of course, I'm not laughing. This is damning. Mr. Chimaobi, you're back. Okay, let's have you. Good day to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Emma. Can you hear me?
Lord and clear, Mr. Chimaobi. It's really pleasant to hear your voice.
Thank you. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Van Maxwell. Good morning, the people on the comment section, and all Nigerians that are watching this newspaper preview. Emma, I will tell you that the comment from the presidency shows that they are crying. They are really, really crying, and the Nigerians are really disappointed in APC administration, because the other day in this Niger Watch, we saw how many number of people leaving Nigeria, that only UK alone, more than 66,000 Nigerians has migrated to UK on student visa alone. And we saw the cost, what is costing this country. It's costing Nigeria more than $3 billion. And these people that are migrating to there, they are not just ordinary people. They are people of substance. They are men, women that are in a very, that have serious things they can offer to Nigerians. They are those who can afford to leave. And that is why all these countries are collecting us, allowing Nigerians to come in drones, people that are educated, doctors, nurses, engineers, physicians, a lot of them. So leaving Nigeria with an empty hand, empty people. If Nigeria has a serious emergency today, we don't have people who can help the country. So when you see the president coming out this to say, if you want to Japa, they are crying. Because one, they cannot stop Nigerians from moving. If there's anything they can do to stop it, believe me, they will stop it. But just that they cannot. They have tried, it's not working. So what made me really come in this morning is about Inec. This burning of Inec offices, destroying Inec properties, for me, I believe that Inec deserve it. And Inec is the cost. Inec are the ones breaking all their offices. They cannot deny it, because you know, and you claim to be independent, and you know that Nigeria have an election coming few months from now, and in your various offices have not been equipped. There is no CCTV cameras, there is no securities, and they will come on paper to tell us they have distributed some Inec materials, electoral material, this and that. Then what are you expecting? And we are in a country where Inec has promised us heaven and earth, but we are not seeing it. We are not seeing the handwritten on the wall. We are in a country where people have studied all the electorate in that Inec offices. They are all from one section of the part of the country. All the people that Buhari has appointed in that Inec offices are people that can deliver injustice to the country. And you want them to keep quiet. That Nigeria has been crying, that most of the people that Inec, that are contesting election today in Nigeria, they have questionable characters. People are saying some don't have primary school certificate, and Inec went ahead and registered them. They are the citizens. They are crying. The citizenship are telling INEC, Nigerians, that these people are not capable. These people lies. These people forge documents, and they came to you, and you allow them. They are the same people that will go and vote. So, for INEC offices to be burned, more will be burned, because we're only expecting to see more to be burned, because they deserve it. What they planted is what they will reap. And that is why, remember, a lot of people that have spoken in this Niger Watch has told Nigerians that they doubt if election will hold. With all these things going on, somebody can you tell them to go and vote on that very day? And election has not started. The INEC offices are getting burned every day, violent every day. APC are blocking other presidential aspirants from not performing their civic rights. We as a citizens, we have the right to migrate. We have the right to campaign. We have the right to use the stadium. We have the right to do all these things at this time. But look at Lagos State. Tinubu and his touts, they are blocking other people. They are putting mandatory that you must support Tinubu. They are making sure that the Lagos State is toxic for other political parties. Look at what happened in Edo State, that Obaseki refused to grant Labour Party a venue for them to do their campaign, and INEC are keeping quiet. Look at what happened in Ebonyi State. How many of Labour Party people have been attacked? Atiku has been attacked, and nothing has happened. Look at the toxic, statement coming from the presidential aspirant, and the INEC are not issuing any warning.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chimaobi, I'll come back to you in a minute. Let's move on to some other person. Mr. Omarajo, how you doing? Good morning to you too. We are doing fine, thank you. It's a beautiful week, and we are starting off with so much sunshine. Welcome to the broadcast. Samuel Laka, Inec, somebody is calling you people. You have been summoned. Samuel Laka, thank you for your submission. Yes, honestly, it's even more alarming how they'll come out and say man that was caught with 101 PVC has been sentenced to 1 year jail time. The other one that was caught with 367 PVCs in Kano State is still awaiting trial. How are they getting this huge numbers of PVCs? It goes beyond just arresting. How are they getting it? INEC, they've slacked on so many grounds. So many grounds. It almost looks like they're not even ready. It looks like they're not serious. All right, Mr. Vine Maxwell, how you doing?
Good morning, Systema. Good morning to my co-panelists. Good morning to our families that are watching us all over the world and those in the comment section. Systema, what I am going to tell you today might surprise people, or most of us have knowledge about it. I am telling you today with all the things that I'm hearing coming out from individuals that are close to this INEC. There might not be election 2023. This is what I know. I believe that is what is going to happen. The burning of all these INEC offices and their materials is an excuse for INEC to tell you that they are not ready, because they are trying it looks like they can no longer manipulate the system as it used to be. They are looking for excuses. You know what happened in NNPC in Abuja? When they stole all the money and everything, they will just, cause some action, bend the whole place so that all the documents will evaporate in the flame. So who are you going to who? Where are you going to get information to, prove anything? Nothing. When you go there, they'll tell you that, everything is burnt. That is what Inec is doing. Inec is looking for an excuse to postpone election in Nigeria. For me, I know that it is not Uhuru for the people of Nigeria. There are so many things that are going on the ground that we are not privy to. And with time, it will begin to surface. For the presidents to come out and tell people if you want to japa japa, that is the highest level of insensitive, and I don't know, the highest level of insensitive that any government can give to their own people. Why are they running away from the country? Have you made their life and the living standard of Nigerians good that they cannot run away? Go and check Botswana. They are begging the Botswanan people. They are begging them to come out of their country and visit other countries. As far as I know, Botswana is visa free to Canada. I think Australia, New Zealand, and many other, advanced countries. Why is it so? Because their government these people are not interested in traveling. Nigeria, 6th largest producer of oil in the world. You cannot even maintain, you don't even know how much you are exporting. So much stealing going on there. You cannot raise revenue to take care of your people. Most of the monies are taken, that Nigeria has ever, witnessed, generated, is for the ruling class and the politicians on top. Whereas the poor people are suffering on daily basis. You can't give them security. You can't give them light. You can't give them water. Nigerians are semi-government of themselves. They construct roads. When I was in Aba, our people constructed their roads leading to my mother's village. Why they wait for the government and the government cannot come? You can't give them security. Every day you walk on the street of Nigeria, you are afraid whether you are going to survive or not. And you tell them people are living and you are happy, telling them that they should japa. God will deal with all of them. This is the reason why I told you people, I say, if God is only blessing Nigerians individually, but a government, God has left Nigeria. You can't dwell, see joy in killing, wasting the blood of the innocent people that are supposed to take over from you tomorrow. You kill them when they show frustrations. You are happy to slaughter them anyhow, like fowls, whereas others are protecting theirs. But Nigerian government is busy slaughtering, using all the security outfits to intimidate and kill their own youth. And you tell me that God will bless such a country? My people, what the killing that are going on in Nigeria has never even, half of it cannot go on in a country that are in war. But Nigeria is not in war. They are not under any war. The war against the government, the bad government against their own people. It is a pity what is going on in that country. Thank you, Mike. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vine. Thank you very much. Good to have you here. Okay, Mr. Tunaja, how you doing, Mr. Tunaja?
Hi, man, and greetings. Yeah, I'm doing good. I hope all is good on your end.
Yes, so well, I'm good, thank you.
All right. Greetings to everyone on the panel, the chat, and the viewers. I think this INEC Palava, this PVC business, I think one of the routes they could use to pervert the system is to use people that have not already registered, but these people have identification. So it means that whoever is going to pervert the system will have to have access to the database and know who has registered and who has not utilized their ability, that's their right to exercise, that's to get their PVC. That is the only part. Otherwise, if you vote, if somebody votes, let's say I go and vote. Now, let's say I'm in Nigeria, I go and vote, and I've already registered, and some other person goes and counters my vote with a fake ID, I'll raise alarm. You see what I mean? So it will be difficult to do that, to double vote the one individual, because the database won't allow it. And secondly, if Inec, you know what Mark said, that Inec may be looking to sabotage the election. Something tells me that Buhari will be very, very, very much against that, because the guy can't wait to leave office. The other day when they were asking his spokesman or something, and the guy, even the spokesman, say he can't wait to leave too, and because he thinks Nigerians are ungrateful. Can you imagine that? And this is the guy that went on to say that he doesn't mind Nigerians leaving the country. You know, we have 200 million, and this our mindset is a poisonous mindset.
To Nigeria,
Yeah.
to Nigeria, you know what I'm saying is this: in clear view and in clear terms, if his mandate in line with the constitution expires, he will no longer stay there. He will no longer stay there. An interim government will be put in place to further, see the activities of governance in that country. But what I'm looking at is these people, if they are really going to have that election due to what is going on, they are looking for excuses to thwart that election, to prolong it, or even create, so much problem for the Kaki boys to come in, because I have my sources and I know the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Thank you.
Exactly. You use the term Kaki boys because the moment you said that's where my mind went to too. When he talked about putting another government in place when this guy's term expires. I think Obuari will not leave office. That's for one, if the term expires by accident. And I would subscribe that he shouldn't, because if you do, the danger is that how do you select who is going to take over? I don't think constitution allows for that, and that could create room for any pretender to the office to come and take over. And this is why we have to be careful, because when we always talk about chaos and let's fight, like, you forget the military, they're just sitting back. If you throw anything, they will show up. And when they show up, God help us when Africa is going to get itself back again, and when we are going to recover our voice. But personally, I'm not even that thrown off by any of this, because most people that love democracy so much should be careful what they wish for when they do overdo things, because when these people show up, it's hard to get rid of them. But from the point of view of that official that we're talking about, Nigerians leaving the country, what he doesn't understand when he talked about us having 200 million people is that these are people that were trained by Nigerians, some of the most educated people that are from a smaller segment of the population, not that 200 million. Some of them are highly trained people that we spend a lot of the little money we have. We spend a lot of money educating them, because Nigerian education system is very cheap, highly subsidized. Then we send them overseas to go and serve the people that are going to do us harm at the same time, which is very, very terrible. The Cameroonians can testify to that, because they fell a tiny, tiny, tiny slither of this thing, of this type of action in the World Cup, when they saw their own son score against them in that World Cup. And we have a history. Nigerians have a rich history of destroying their fellow African countries by fighting on the side of the British. And so these things that we are doing, we don't understand the danger of what we are doing. They can use our own people against us. And we have the history of doing that already. That's how they conquered the whole Nigeria. And this man is happy to say, go away. And these are the same people that will be happy to sell our people as slaves 300 years ago. Because they'll say, no, it doesn't matter. We have many. Look at them. There are so many people here. Let them just keep selling our people. These are modern, glorified slave traders that are perpetuating the same process. Because the process, the essential nature of the process is your people going to serve people that are not necessarily on your side. That is the essential nature of the process. And that is the most important part. Not the treatment. What I did, because some of the slaves end up in rich homes. These people don't understand the importance of some of all these things, and this is why we are having problems in our country. The other day I was saying to our women that I don't know who did this to you. Our women are some of the most capable women, but they choose to wear other people's hair. But in the truth is, when you have a child, you have a male child, you are the first contact of that male child. And if they don't see on you, they don't see their mother as somebody that is desirable, that the hair that they see is the hair of some other person, you wonder why they grow up and they want to leave the country. They want to go, and most of these people that travel overseas, they are not traveling because they want only to go for financial gain, They are going there to reproduce, procreate, and go and have children and stay there. This is something that we self-inflicted. The men are doing it in the context of this in the information minister. I don't know what is called for, of the government, and the women are doing it too. We are all at it. We are all designed to favor other people. You can even hear when they talk about it. The lady was talking about it today. When I was complaining, somebody was saying, "Why am I complaining about the way they are all carrying this in foreign people's hair?" Then she said, "Oh, they are going to build airport in somewhere in I think Ogun State or something like that. Then when the Oyibo people will be able to come." You see, their whole mindset is to serve other people. We can't keep living like this. We are highly capable. People don't seem to understand. They know it to an extent. They know it consciously. Like, okay, yeah, we are very, very good. We go to America, we do very well. But in terms of their own decision making, to put themselves first, they don't. They put other people first. They put other people on higher pedestal. That needs to stop. If we want to get ourselves back, we need to stop. No other people do this. The Chinese are maintaining themselves. The Indians are maintaining themselves. They're not copying anybody. You don't see them wearing afro hair, by and large. So why the truth of this thing is so deep, and most people are not having that conversation. They think it's just because our men are just going overseas because of money. It's not about money alone. It's a very, very serious, deep-seated this thing, self-hatred that has been. I don't know who did it, where it started. Maybe it started from the fact that we lost, and we're colonized and all the rest. But that needs to change. We're not there anymore. So I will leave it at that on that one. And for me anyway, somebody was saying the other day about the government, what they have achieved. The government have done their own bit. It's up to Nigerians to take over. Our politicians so far, all of them are not telling us precisely what they are going to do. And I have concern about that. They will tell you, no, I will stop in 30 seconds. They'll say, we are going to give you this, we are going to build roads. They don't tell you how they're going to do it. They don't tell you the money.
All
All
right, Mr.
countries, they
Senator.
give you,
Thank you for
they
your
cost
submission.
everything that they are going to give you. They cost it. Here, they are not even costing. None of them, not one.
Thank you very much for your submission, Mr. Tunija. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Smart. Welcome also, Michael. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us here. Jolly, how are you doing? It's good to have you here. Jolly says Inec is the problem in Nigeria. Uh, yeah, okay. Thank you for your submission. Let's see what Michael has to say. Michael says they want to chase everyone away, so to take over their ancestral land. If you think these guys have given up on Ruga, think again. Okay, Michael, thank you very much for your submission. I will move on to Mr. NCBD. But before I move on to Mr. NCBD, please, if you are yet to like this broadcast, please take out time to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Also, do what to please take out time to support by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Please support. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. NCBD, how are you doing today?
Hello, good morning, Emma. Good morning, everybody, panelists and everyone. Uh, INEC buildings. The other one was in Ogun State. The other one, Oshun. Now we have Ebonyi State, and it's clear that they are looking for every means possible to, um, come up with an excuse for any incompetencies that they are going to show in the forthcoming election. The system is not like before. Things are, they have made it in a way that it will be hard to really rig the election. So now, what's the next game plan? Will be, and this is being done by politicians. These are politicians doing these things. There's no two ways about that. Earlier on, there's a way they wanted to spin it to a southeast narrative. But now that they are saying that even majority of Obi supporters are not out of the southeast, so they have to go to every other place to do this, and we will still see more of this, huh? Because remember, if something like this had happened last year or maybe early this year, people will say it's a unknown gunmen from the east or IPOB, because that was the narrative that they know it's easy for that to stick, especially people that already have their preconceived bias against the region. But now that that cannot work, we have exposed the media, those ones that are helping them to spread this propaganda. Now they will have to, you know, they won't use that story anymore. So it's just quite unfortunate. It's sad. They are saying that INEC, why can't they show us images? You know, why can't they give us details of how it happened? Are there no CCTVs in INEC compound facilities? They cannot see these people when they came in and do it whatever they did. So it's just, unfortunately, like I said, most of our people, or let's say some, in order not to offend some people, some of our people they are not politically intelligent enough. Our people do well when it comes to climbing the ladders of, economic ladders, especially when they go outside to other countries. But when it comes to governance of their own country, our people are just ruled by, easily swayed and easily deceived, easily hyper emotional and all that. So it's quite unfortunate. People are not asking important questions. People are not demanding explanation for some of these things. And it's just quite unfortunate, because common sense will tell you that show us how it happened. Ask questions like, where is the CCTV? Where were the security men? INEC offices does not have security men. How did these people access the building to start burning everywhere? So it's just common sense, but unfortunately, common sense is not that common these days. Then the issue of what's the name? Is it Femi Adesina, the spokesman for the government, saying that Nigerians can travel if they want. You know, like I agree with Nigeria that said this is modern day slavery. We actually thought slave trade has ended, but it's still going on. These people are still there. The people that sold our people out in those days, many of them, they are still there in the form of politicians and some community leaders, and this is what is still going on. It is very sad. I'm telling you, any Nigerian outside Nigeria must be thinking of a way to, at some point, go back to Nigeria to invest. Don't think of spending the rest of your life abroad. I know it's difficult because of, it seems as if the system you're trying to help develop is fighting against you. So sometimes it's very difficult, because I was on another platform and one of the brothers there from, I think, Australia, was talking about, is the guy from Imo State. He was talking about how he and his uncle, they put millions of dollars in place. They wanted to go and invest in a very, in a very big way, kind of in the transportation industry in Nigeria. And when they went there, it was the same government that gave them conditions that they could not meet up. So they were really lamenting on that platform. So it's just quite sad. But at the same time, we must not stop. We must always think, even if you cannot do what you want to do, but understand that our enemies do not want us to stay in Nigeria. That's one thing we need
All
to
right, Mr.
understand. So we need to
Thank you
try.
very much for your submission, Mr. NCBD. Thank you very much. That's as much as I can take. Thank you. Thank you to those on the comment section. Also, a big shout out to each and every one of you. Please, I beg me, kuna share this broadcast, share, invite someone, share the link. Please bring someone on to the broadcast and like the broadcast. Please, if you are yet to click on the thumbs up, please take our time to do so right now. Do also subscribe to our YouTube channel and also turn on your notification bell. Today we have the chat coming up by 1 p.m. So you see, we have enough time for things happening right now. over the weekend and currently. What's Up Nigeria is coming up by 1 p.m. today. So please do well to turn on your notification bell and join me in a couple of hours. We'll be back on this having another broadcast. Jolly, thank you very much for being here with us. Michael Victor Smart, thank you very much. Michael, how you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Samuel Olaka, thank you. Ozigwe Wilfred, big thank you. Moro John Kingsley, Femi Bash, thank you. Where's Bolua Galaditi? I'm not sure I've seen you today, but hi, how you doing? I hope it's a good day for you. All right, thank you very much, my amazing panelists. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I hope to have each and every one of you by 1 p.m. Nigerian time today. All right, Mr. Vi Maxwell, we've come to the close of this broadcast. This is where you give your final submission.
Thank you so much, Sister Emma, and I'm very, very grateful, for giving me this opportunity to express my views here. You see, a country, we cannot be talking about a country if that country cannot protect its citizens, lives, and property. That is not a country. And that every other developmental, policy or that you are going to realize will security will trigger it. If you are not secured in your own country, how do you want to, attract foreign investments? How do you want to attract foreign investment if you cannot secure your own people? In a country where people are allowed to move from the Maghreb to come into Nigeria and begin to slaughter indigenous people, and you say that is a country? I am not enjoying in Ghana. A liter of petrol here is 16.9 Ghana cedi. If you convert it officially into Naira, it's about 650 to 700 Naira. A liter of diesel fuel here is about 19, which is around 900 Naira in Nigeria. But the thing we enjoy so much, we are not happy with the government here. We have constant electricity. I cannot travel. I'm not telling you that there are no crimes here. I can travel from here to my hometown. From my hometown Upper East Bolgatanga to Tema without looking at my back. That is how good it is. They tried it here in a place they call Ashanti region, Agogo. They failed. If there is nothing the government did for at least protecting and chasing them away from this particular place, that was the best thing that man has done. And that is why I am so happy about it. If Nigeria would do that, I don't see any reason why anybody will agitate in that country. But a country where there is, let's say, inequity in the land, I'm on phone, inequity on the land, then there is no way that country will survive. For me, my position is clear. If you cannot secure the country or dialogue on how Nigerians will sit down and talk, this is how we are going to live, instead of allowing foreigners to come in and begin to give the indigenous of the land. Let everybody go their own way. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Vi Maxwell. Thank you. Mr. Chimaobe, let's have a final submission, please.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Vi Maxwell. Emma, yes, I will say that Nigeria cannot protect itself anymore because the people that are in the position to protect Nigeria is Fulani. They are the same people that are in the military. They are the same people that are in the Air Force. They are the same people that are in the custom. They are the same people that are in police. They are the same people that are in Navy. Everywhere is the same people. So how are they going to protect the country? They are the same people that give us insecurity. Emma, the video that you just showed here for this Inec office, look at the environment. Look at where this Inec office is. This is where Inec offices is in all over the country. And Nigerians and the government are saying Inec offices are getting, but when you look at critically around this Inec offices, you will see that it's just block that they put there. And the people that work there, there is no security. When you look at this particular building that you showed here, you will see that this is not even supposed to call an Inec building at all. So, my fellow Nigerians, I support what Vice said. Nigeria can no longer protect itself. This government, APC government, has destroyed the country. And today, this is where we are. So if Nigerians can no longer protect themselves, it is the time. This present administration, Buhari, he still have enough time to make changes, to call on Nigerians for us to sit and talk about how we will protect ourselves. Thank you.
Ima, we can't hear you. You're muted.
I actually was out of the broadcast. I just came in. I had the network glitch, but thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. Mr. Chimabi, thank you. That was very, very, very potent point that you raised down there. And if you know the billions that goes into the budget, to set up these offices, you would think you'll be having something that, you wouldn't have to touch in another 5 years. But look at the kind of buildings, look at the kind of structures that they have. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Mr. Chimaobe. Mr. Tunaija, please, let's have your final submission. Thank you.
Thank you. You see, the thing in Nigeria that I noticed is that, Nigerians, when they give projects, they actually pay people, most of the time, they pay 100% of the money, and this is something that overseas people don't do. They tend to pay in milestones. They want to see results. And Nigeria, maybe because of the idea of fraud or corruption, you just pay all the money up front, and yet they don't get results. But I would like to agree with what CBD is too, because it's a point that I think both of us, we converge on that one clearly, that there's something there, the way we favor, taking resources away from our country to other people. For people to change their mind, they have to, there is that center that a lot of people talk about, that we have to become self-conscious. We are not self-conscious people. We always think that other people, those people that are overseas, for them to want to return, that mindset have to change, that they want to preserve their heritage. They don't, most of them leave. They don't want to go and marry Igbo women and Chinese women, whoever, and settle there. They don't want to come back. If they come, they just come to visit their loved ones in Nigeria and go back. That is what they want to do. We're talking about 50% or more, at least, of them are like that. We want to change it, which we can change. That's the good news. We can change it. Is to start making our country more attractive, like Peter Obi said, which is quite accurate. Make our country, secure our countries, like by Maxwell said, so that investment can pour into the country and encourage them to come back. Because you have to also put incentives for them to want to return. And there is Nigerians may be depressed right now, but there is also a lot of hope. We are finding oil everywhere in Nigeria now. We are finding gas everywhere in Nigeria now. And how did 4 refineries stop operation in Nigeria? This is see, if I tell people that the country is being sabotaged deliberately, people think it's a joke. How does 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them go down? And people don't ask what is going on. How is this possible? They say the excuse is that the pipeline that gives crude oil to one of the refineries is damaged. You can't fix pipeline. For how many years? Pipeline, refineries, when invented more than 100 years ago. It's old technology. It's not even advanced technology. And our professors, all these so-called professors that like to go on strike regularly, cannot create our own indigenous refinery. Come on, people. We have to become self-conscious that we have to take our country back. We demand higher standards from our politicians. This thing that they come on, all of them come and tell us that we're going to do this. Some of them say they will not tell us how. Why? Why? You must tell us how you're going to do it, so that we start knowing we start seeing what you are doing, to see whether you are in the right direction. We have to start seeing where our money is going. We don't trust any of them. They've proven that they lie to us all the time. So we have to demand more. Just settle for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tunaija. Mr. NCBD, let's have your final submission, please.
Yes, thank you. Well, I think when it comes to security, it's just quite unfortunate that our people do not understand that this whole thing has to be a people-driven kind of solution, because we have seen the incompetencies of the government and all that. So we have to understand that we need to protect, we need to organize ourselves in a way of protecting ourselves. Uh, there was something that the Sultan of Sokoto was saying the other time. I'm not the one saying it. It's Sultan. Is a Fulani man. He said that people need to first study and understand. I think he said that last week. People need to first study and understand the Fulani herders, migration, and all that, all that. Then he's saying that now we are saying it has gotten out of hand, that they need to address it in some executive meeting. So it means they have to wait up to this point before they now feel like it's getting out of hand. And it's a good thing. But what I'm trying to say is that our people need to understand that this whole thing can be solved by just people rising up and saying no. Because the same thing happened in places like Mali, the Central African Republic, when the herders, Fulani herders, had a lot of problem with the Dogon tribe. And those people came together. The Dogon also actually fought them really hard. But at the end of the day, what ended the whole thing is that the leaders of the Dogon tribes and the leaders of the Fulani tribe, they met and they tried to resolve this thing. So, but what I'm trying to say is that our people need to understand that it's the people that will rise up and say no. Because we keep on shouting government, government, and we have seen time and time again that the government
Exactly.
cannot do everything. So we need to think in that direction. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. SBD. I please want each and every one of you to join me by 1 p.m. today for the chat. Please, my finalists, do also like this broadcast if you haven't before you exit the broadcast. Thank you very much to each and every one of you on here. Okay, now to Jolly and to Ozzy Wilfred, thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you, they mean a lot to me. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that has liked and I would like the broadcast. Please take our time to you know take out time to like this broadcast if you haven't. Thank you very much. Please do want to join me by 1 p.m. and do want to turn on your notification bell so you can join us or you'll be prompted every time that we go on live. Thank you very much. I'll see you by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Do want to join me. Yes, do want to join me. So there's a breaking news, a fire outbreak in Anambra State, the market, the main market. It's a sad it's bad enough with everything that is happening, and then you get to have fire outbreak that will see to people losing out a lot. I mean, with the exchange rate right now, people are losing it. It's a terrible sin. So if you have anyone in Anambra State, please reach out and make sure just keep in touch. Thank you. Stay well, stay safe. I'll see you by 1 p.m. I'll see you by 1 p.m. Let's continue these conversations. So there's on the comment section. Join me by 1 p.m. on the chat today. So each and every one of you, my panelists, enjoy the rest of your day. See you later. Bye bye for now.